Hello, this is Glenn back with another game recap. We're going to look at the Orcs versus Undead playoff final that we had. So this is the bottom four from our round robin going into this 14 playoff. And then we have, so Orcs versus Undead in the final. As you can see, it's raining, so we can expect a lot of dropped balls and failed pickup rolls. And that is actually a big feature of this game. So, this is it's a long game because it goes to overtime, so I am going to be skipping through some bits of the match, and so things like the setup. First of all, let's try and get to the kick. This looks a likely time, or very nearly there, but they're also defending, so we can have a look at them first, see what we've got. Let's start here. Oh, just as the kick happens. Okay. So high kick, so we're going to have a ghoul move under the ball, and we'll hit pause, take a look at the two lineups. So I think we have seen both of these teams playing before in their semi-finals, if nowhere else. But yeah, so we'll take a look. So each wing for the Orcs have a blitzer and a blitzer who's taken mighty blow as an upgrade. So it's one on each side. Throw with block back here. I think this is a unlevelled lineman. The line of scrimmage, we've got so strength 4 linemen, and I think one of these 4 black orcs has block. Yeah, this one here. And then their bench is an injured lineman, so that's a niggling injury. Throw with dodge and a goblin is the orc bench. So undead kicking, receiving. So attacking for this drive. Ghoul at the back with block and a niggling injury. This one, I don't know why, the thing where you press control and all the things come up, it just vanishes sometimes. Don't know. But anyway, agility 4 and block on this ghoul. This is a guard white, other wing. It's another ghoul on white, so a sure hands ghoul. Sure handed block on that ghoul. White with just unlevelled white there. Not sure why the sure hands ghoul was up there and with this one back here. I guess maybe looking at who they want to score next. Another touchdown for this ghoul is going to level them. This one's not in that same position. So yeah, fair enough. But with it raining as well, maybe rerolls, pickups might have been helpful. So we got block skeleton here. I think there are a couple of block skeletons. A zombie, mummy with guard, 2 mummies with guard. Makes it a very dangerous front line. Block skeleton in the middle. So two skeletons with block, 2 zombies on the line. Not much on the bench, just 1 zombie. And we're off. Let's go behind. Tonto Iron Bones on attack. Watch how this goes on. Getting stuck in with mummies before. I mean, there were 2 block linemen here who had, because these mummies have guard, both of them had block and 2 dice blocks available. But there's a zombie here who made the block as well, so it was a while before, I guess, trying to make that go for it rolls to get over there for the assist. This zombie would have been the same. I was just thinking, could this skeleton have thrown the block? But yeah, would have been slower. So same diff. Here, if the white had come round that way to this square, or the ghoul had been one of these 2 squares for the assist, there would have been a 2 dice block blitz from that white. But that's a pickup failure. Had you to go for it earlier there. So didn't have one available, but this ghoul would have had a built-in reroll, or this one would have had a 3+ roll. But an iron team development means that the ghoul who wants scoring is right at the back. Right, available to get on the ball. So the Orcs are responding. It would be, because the ball's on the floor, getting through for some pressure on the ball. can be really important. And if nothing else, that's going to force these two players to come back and defend. So he doesn't need to, the Orc player doesn't need to worry about their right wing being a bit exposed, because they haven't got the ball there. And the Undead can go for a pick up and a pass and a catch, but it's -1 on pick up, -1 on catch. Throwing's always risky anyway. So go straight for the ball this time to make sure there's a reroll available, but fails again. Probably worth some safe moves I could have made first, so moving these players back to watch these blitzers could have happened before the attempted pick up, although going for the quick throw there would have meant you want this scoring position. So yeah, blocks, kept that mummy on the feet. Maybe you've gone for making the blitz from this side, then if you're only getting a pushback, you're pushing the Ghoul away from the ball rather than towards it, getting a get its tackle zone away from it. So this mummy not moving back into the line before the Ghoul tried picking up the ball, it's left 2 dice blocks for these Black Orcs along here. Chucking the mummy back in would have denied some of those because of guard. There's a potential for getting a player off the pitch over here that the Orc player can maybe be looking out for. It would have meant a 1 dice block on the white, but getting the white back in this square, if it's still standing and you'd followed it, well, either way, could have been 1 dice on the Ghoul to get it off the pitch, or if the white was down in that square with a follow up, it would have been 2 dice. But yes, Undead now coming back to grab the ball. Didn't make any blocks, no blitz. Don't know what happened there. Maybe it's a very slow turn, run out of time. Can't really tell on these replays. May have just not wanted any risks. So that was mummies on the line. The Orcs are making good use of their sort of strength advantage. It's only got a push. If you're going to blitz there, following up, not following up is perhaps a good idea, because they'd still have had 5 squares of movement to maybe go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here or something. Tackle zone on the ball. Not much difference. It would have been the side that the Ghoul wouldn't have wanted them. But these 4 players over here not doing anything for a while now. Okay, so Ghoul's got in, grabbed the ball in a tackle zone on a 5 and run away with it. So the first successful pickup was the most difficult one we've seen so far. Oh, so that would have been on a 4, so agility 4 Ghoul. With the tackle zone and the rain, it's -1 for each. So there's still that danger of pushing this Ghoul off the pitch. Could go 2 dice there, follow up, 2 dice there, push back, follow up, 2 dice for the Ghoul. So the zombie still standing would have meant that Black Orc couldn't assist anyway when they're followed up. Okay, so shoving the Ghoul away and then moving this time. Just a quick pause there. So this splits had the movement to get into this square, which would have made this dodge out harder. As it is, the Ghoul's got an easy dodge there into no tackle zones. This blitzer's there instead. Let's try and get some grid up. Here we go. So if this blitzer's in this square instead, here we go. Right, yeah, we're looking at -1 at best for dodges for this Ghoul, no matter what direction they go. -2 if they go this way. But I think I highlighted this in an earlier video, but if you get, you can surround them on both sides on the sort of flat planes. You're not giving them an empty square to dodge into. So yeah, could have made the push and then got, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could have gone to that square instead. It's a little positioning thing to look out for, because this ghoul is going to want to dodge next turn, and that's the easy square to head to. Okay, so got the thrower in for that second dice on the white, and now we've got the surf on. Good ghoul. This square's not available, so ghoul has to go off the pitch, and that's a knockout. As it is, it'd be difficult for this blitzer to get pushed off the pitch in turn. So throwing some bodies in there. Got to make sure this ghoul can get out. It's more important than these blocks, and these blocks are risky without the mummies having block. But yeah, I can move this skeleton, yeah, back to help out the ghoul, but I think this ghoul's going to be blocking out of there. There we go, so that's 2+ dodge with a reroll available. Okay, gone for the pass. I was going to say over here is going to be a safer place for the ghoul, but if you're going for the pass, which was successful, then that's perhaps the way to do it. So now things suddenly look pretty good for the undead making that pass, but do need to protect this white. We've got 2 black orcs who are going to be able to move 1 square when they stand up. This one's marked. Black orcs don't want to dodge, so these 2 have to be marked next turn from the undead team, because they're the danger to the white. So we've got to get mummy tackle zones on these one way or the other. That has to be a big priority next turn. Then we've got a thrower to look out for as well. Can't stop them all. We've got a ghoul here with pretty good reach. But yeah, got to screen this white one way or the other. So orcs going back, so watching this ghoul, that's great positioning. That's making it hard to get where the ghoul wants, because the easy dodge out is backwards, and actually coming back there. But double skulls puts the end to the orc turn. Okay, so white straightforwards. 2 more turns to score after this, so plenty of time, but has to watch these players. Needs to get tackle zones on them before doing anything risky. Double skulls. So that means 3 players available to go swamp this white. Always, there are loads of actions you can take without rolling any dice, and they really always need to happen first. So yeah, thrower's block available. Didn't need both of those assists from the black orcs. One would do it. But yeah, so white down now, and now scoring the ball into orc tackle zones much more difficult, because that white's pretty isolated as well. Blitzer on the floor down there. Could have stood up by now. The Undead had a lot of players laying on the floor as well, and they made that double skulls block. And yeah, that's meant no one's available to get back or get forward and help this white out. So 2 turns left for the Orcs, who probably at this point have the best chance of scoring because they've got the most players near the ball. They got players who can reach the end zone still in 2 turns. So these blitzers are probably the most dangerous just because they're that bit quicker. The Ghoul now getting forward to maybe keep the pressure on for an undead attack, but it's not looking likely at this point. Okay, now that white, who's the only one with any chance of scoring, is pinned against the touchline, and the ball's gone now anyway, so can make a throw. Intercepted, but it's too late for the undead to score. They've got no one who can reach the end zone in this half now. All they've really got on is maybe a couple of blocks, possibly a pass. Just to try and see if there are any points available to grab. But they do need to watch out for ball being knocked out of this Ghoul's hands, because these blitzers can still score. We got 2, 4, 6. Yeah, this one can score without going for it. Just needs a successful complete pass after knocking the ball clear. So the undead do still need to look out for that. It's sort of slim chances. You've got to make sure the Ghoul drops the ball, then you've got to pick it up and throw it. Although fumbling the pass is another opportunity for that. To do with still knocking this Ghoul clear if possible. I'd probably go, yeah, 1 assist there, this blitzer to block from there probably, because then if you're only getting a pushback, you're chucking it there. Thrower can come pick it up with no tackle zone, get as close as you can, pass to this blitzer, and you could be 1-0 up. But the blitz comes from this way, which means no matter if the Ghoul stays on their feet, they're going to have at least a tackle zone on the ball. Even if you'd scatter the ball, it's going to be somewhere next to the Ghoul. And it made that pick up more difficult. Would have fouled anyway. Needed 4s in the rain, but it was making it a 5+ roll where it could have been a 4, just from shoving the Ghoul away from the ball. So that's half time, and I've not really skipped much of the match yet. And I am on a bit of a tight schedule this morning as well, with work starting quite soon. So I'm going to have to speed up this second half because we've got overtime as well, as I've said. Right, so we got I think a touchback there we had. Oh no, sorry. I don't know why the ball was highlighted as being there. But it was. Oh, hang on, we'll skip too far forward now. Right. So Goblin's on the pitch for this drive, which I think is new for this Orc team. I don't think they've tried playing with the Goblin on attack yet. A blitz. So Undead are effectively behind in this game. This is a great opportunity to try and get some pressure on the Orc attack and turn the game around. Because they received in the first half, they should sort of be in ahead by the time the second half starts, and so that puts the Orcs in the driving seat. On this blitz, there could have been an actual blitz thrown. I'd like to have seen perhaps this more isolated blitzer taken on by this white. Gone with the mummy instead, and not done a black Orc. They got a stun in, so not so bad at all. But I think I probably would have just picked on this isolated blitzer. And wrapping around there's left a bit of a gap. That's going to kind of, if they're going to be dangerous, that forces the Orcs into making a pass that they maybe don't want to. But nobody's deep for the Undead, and they're not a quick moving team. So you had to take a both down there for an early turnover, so still quite a lot of Orcs who didn't act. And this is a great opportunity. 2, 4, 6, 7. So 1 pick up and 1 go for it from this Ghoul could put them ahead and right back in the game. and that's much higher priority than throwing blocks of mummies. So great opportunity for a touchdown, potentially slipping away with every dice roll. Did make a good safe first move of marking up this thrower, but so failed pick up and failed a reroll as well, so if that wasn't in the rain would have been a go for it away from scoring. It made no difference in the end doing it later, but every block thrown was a risk of a turnover, but also a risk of using up the reroll that without sure hands you may well need for picking up the ball. So there was a block on for this blitzer, but this blitzer is also in best position to go watch the ball. I might have wrapped around to this side to mark the goal as well as the ball. Small tackle zones on the ball. Right, so Undead here. Got 2 Orcs on the ball, but a couple of ghouls available to maybe nick the ball and score. Just have to be looking out for, yeah, ideally they need to be using their blitz to deal with one of these players on the ball if they can. Was an opportunity to shove a player off the pitch though, which we're going for. There's not necessarily any rush. If the Undead can keep pressure on the ball up here and hold it here, it's always going to be dangerous the longer this half goes on. Okay, so it's over there. So a whole turn from the Undead team which didn't really do anything about the ball. All they really achieved was more tightly marking this thrower. So Goblin making good use of dodge and stunty to get away from the touchline. Didn't stand this blitzer up though in that turn. So that blitzer now in trouble and is pushed off the pitch. Frees up this white, but they have already used their blitz this turn, so it's only going to be able to just get another tackle zone on the ball. Means that blitzers can be available to move again next turn. Could have done with the assist there maybe to get that, make that 1 dice. But means this blitzer's now unmarked and can come and help out. So here we're just sort of developing a bit of a grind around the ball, which I know doesn't really go anywhere for a little while. So we're going to skip ahead a little while and sort of see it developing around the ball. Just more and more players pile around it. Ball still hasn't moved. It's too crowded for anyone to attempt to pick up. Finally, I think we got someone pushed onto it and it's scattered over here after some failed catches. So Orcs on the ball now and it's clear of Undead tackle zones. Thrower over here, so not their best candidate to pick up the ball is a bit away from it. But Undead now need to try and make this ball secure. Could have pushed onto the ball there. Decent chance it would have come out of the Goblins' tackle zone if I had, and then could maybe have used this ghoul to come pick it up. But going with the blitz instead has cleared it off. That's an injury for the Goblin. So now looking at this ghoul being the probably best placed player to come grab the ball. We'll need to get it away from this this blitzer. That's another failed pickup though. Very friendly scatter for the Undead though. That's 1, 2, that's 5 tackle zones on the ball. The Orcs aren't getting that this turn, and I'm pretty sure we can probably skip. Yeah, so back to the Undead turn. Still all around the ball. Shoving this blitzer out the way. Just need a successful pickup, perhaps from this ghoul. What's the agility 4 one? Agility 4 one's over there, but that's, yeah, another failed pickup. Still 4 Undead tackle zones of the ball. One more chance for them to score next turn. The Orcs aren't at this point. Remember, this is an Orc attacking drive as well. So there was sort of a blitz from the Undead at the beginning of the half. And then it was just crowding the ball for the whole half, and skip through. Still in the Orc turn at the moment. Back with the Undead, and eventually a blitzer comes away with the ball. I think caught a bounce. So not loose, but yeah, ball now in the hands of a mummy. It's not going anywhere. So one thing to watch out for: if you're attacking a ball carrier and it's sort of really late in the half, like you have to do something with the ball. You're attacking the ball carrier. The person that blocks or blitzes is not going to be able to do anything with the ball if they're holding it afterwards. So you need to think about not following up, because it's 1 in 8 it's going to land on them, and then in this case it's a 6, the mummy's going to catch it. But if that happens, you're then stuck. The mummy'd stay back there, ball just scattered to there instead, and it's still on the floor. It's still available for perhaps a ghoul to come make a pickup. And it's slim chances that anyone was going to be able to score this at this point anyway. But with the mummy holding it, with that sort of unfortunate bounce and unfortunate successful catch, you're now stuck with it. So it's always, or quite often, if you need to do something with the ball, you've got to keep away from ball carriers when you knock them down and don't follow up on them. But this is basically how the half ends now, so we can skip through to overtime, and we'll see. I can't remember who kicked or where we are in the setup at this point. So yeah, it looks like the Orcs are attacking. So I think, is that Undead kicking? Yeah, Undead are kicking for overtime. The toss for overtime kickoff, really crucial, because now the Orcs should really be winning. The team receiving the ball should be scoring, and it's next touchdown win. So the Orcs, from this position, I have to win this game. They've just got 8 turns to build a patient attack, get the ball down the pitch and over the line to the end zone, and playing it really safe there. Could have gone for a pickup, but it's 4+. A re-roll for sure hands, but they're just making sure the ball's safe, trying to make some space up ahead. Getting some players off, a player or two off the pitch would be helpful. But in fact, let's switch views so we're behind the attacking team for this drive. Help us remember who is attacking for this drive. So no real way of getting a 2 dice there. Or there was, but only on the white, and it would have been meant going the long way around, and probably leaving the ghoul free to be coming down to get pressure on the ball. So ghoul, immediately coming over to make this. It's going to be 1 dice for the white if they do anything here. Might need to look at, can this other ghoul come and put an assist down? Early turnover though. The crucial thing about overtime is no rerolls coming back as well. Is a thing to look for. So Black Orcs doing Black Orc things. So here we've got Orcs pushing forwards on this flank, Undead scattering before them, and then yeah, making it really difficult for them to go anywhere. Are going to need to think about getting the ball sometime soon though. And yeah, having a sure hands player available with no rerolls is a big advantage for that. But there is a sure hands ghoul around. I don't know where. Are they knocked out actually? Yeah, that's a knocked out one. But sure hands no help there. So rain ruined that first catch. Would have been a successful 3 without the rain. But then the reroll was lower. But it's still pretty safe. Undead don't look like they're getting at the ball. Still time. Still 6 turns left. 6 turns left for the Orcs to get that ball up the pitch. So something we highlighted in the last game, the 2 Undead teams, where you've got a guard player. If you make the block with them second, you can get 2 dice blocks. Although I've made a blitz with this ghoul, perhaps wanting to move the white forwards. In the end, had to make a block with the white as well. So block all round there meant just chest bumps and no effect. Need this blitzer on his feet. Helpful injury. No effect there. Yeah, so that's a ghoul out for the rest of the match, whether that regeneration was successful or not, because the next touchdown wins it and ends the game. Blitzer finally stands up just before the turnover. So more foul pickups. I want to look at the numbers at the end of the game to see how many pickups are successful. I think there's been one so far in 19 turns. And both teams have sure hands players. There's an agility 4 ghoul, but so many foul pickup rolls. A lot of re-rolls used on them. And rain always means more foul pickup rolls, but I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. Okay, so now white getting through for some pressure on the ball means the Orcs do have to deal with it next turn now. A ghoul as well, who's a bit quicker. This ghoul pouring forwards. So Undead starting to look to outnumber the Orc players up here. Remember, the Undead are defending this drive as well. Could thought again about more careful positioning. Could maybe have blocked from there, and then a pushback would have left the ghoul marked in that square, which is going to keep him away from the ball longer. Here, it's an easy dodge out. And this is the agility 4 ghoul. That's a 2+ dodge there. Pushing him there would have meant 3 to go forwards. You have to go backwards if you want that 2+ dodge. That's a turnover. So that 2+ dodge is on. These 2 players are unmarked. And the ball's still on the floor down here. I think there's a blitz on for this white. It looks like it might be close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so it'll be a go for it. So it's a more risky move than some of these others. I still think maybe a a go for it and then a 2 dice with block is maybe less risky than 2 dice without. But yeah, so that's an Orc player down and a tackle zone on the ball. And that's a failed go for it. Scatters the ball down there. So definitely would have been safer there because this lineman's not going to be able to get involved. Throw would have had a ball in a tackle zone to try and contend with it. Waiting one more turn might have been the ideal play from the Orcs there. They are forcing these blitzers back. Just making it more and more difficult for the Orcs to score this turn because now they don't really have a scoring threat up here. I don't think you can reasonably consider Black Orc scoring threats, but we did have a successful pickup, and now this throw is getting forwards. Bit of protection from the Black Orc. That's a well surrounded thrower, well protected. Not really any getting at that thrower this turn, and there's still 3 turns for them. So 2, 4, 6, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, a thrower would have to make a total of 3 go for it rolls to run it in on his own. So yeah, it's whether you want to take that risk or the risk of trying to make a pass at some point. And there's not really, I mean, the blitzers with him are quicker, so getting the ball to one of them might be the best bet. But at the moment we've got to watch out for what the Undead are going to do. So blocking the route forwards. Down here, so the ghoul. Okay, so they've got tackle zone on the ball. That has sort of given away a 2 dice block on that ghoul. Stepping 1 back. Yeah, could even go 2 dice with block from that blitzer. So push away. Throw free to move, but not really anywhere to go at the moment. Needs someone quicker to be moving with him. And there's a blitzer there for that, but this throw is more vulnerable now. If this mummy can be freed up 1, 2, 3, it'll be a go for it to blitz, so I have to watch out for that. One mummy down there, but has to watch this side of the ball carrier. Okay, marks up the mummy. Has to look out for other threats now. Maybe a dodging ghoul could get in at this from this side. So getting another scoring threat in place. It's an injury. These Black Orcs have been a bit slow picking up casualties, but I think been a few in this game, I think, now. Okay, he's making a dodge with that lineman. Orcs, dodging Orcs, nice. Right, so here, Undead, what have they got on? So we've got this ghoul can be freed up relatively easily. Got a white here who can push away to there. If it's only a push, it's got to go there. Free the ghoul up. This is a 2+ dodge with a reroll to there. So yeah, these 2 ghouls can get in here. That's an assist and a blitz waiting to happen. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one's further away, should be the assist. So there's no go for it roll. Then this is a dodge there on a 2, and then you've got a blitz on the thrower. It's the play I'll be looking to make after standing players up. So pushing away this blitzer first. Priorities has to be down here, freeing up these ghouls to make the play on the ball. So got the blitzer down. Step 1. Means that ghoul can go get the assist down. This one needs to dodge the blitz. Making some safer moves first. For the blitz there. It was on from this ghoul on the ball. Now dodges away and Go stands next to the ball carrier. So not a lot this thrower can do here. If we try, can we see the tackle zones come up? That's what we want to see. We want that view with all the tackle zones and the coloured squares because it makes it nice and easy. There we go. Right, yeah, so this thrower's got nowhere to go at the moment. These Black Orcs are marked. Can't easily deal with a mummy. Having to use this, I guess this Black Orc's about to blitz one of these, this ghoul maybe. Yeah, not a lot on for the Orcs here, so leaving the thrower exposed. Yeah, maybe it was a good bit of patience from the Undead coach in the end to see that the thrower was well surrounded and not going anywhere. And there's a turnover, so now the thrower's very vulnerable. Let's try and look at from where. So I've got a white over here, 2 turns left. Got to make sure this white stays in touch with the end zone. So where are we? 2, 4, 6 goes no further back than this line. He's a scoring threat. Well, he's still a scoring threat if he goes up to 2 back, but it becomes risky because you're looking at go for it. But yeah, the Undead have 2 turns to make sure this white stays in range and to throw the ball to him, which is starting to look at slim chances at this point. But they've got to get this ball carrier down. So there's no assists here. Yeah, they're going to get 1 dice, I think, at best on. Unless I could get this mummy. Okay, so this mummy has guard. Actually, doesn't even need it from this way. So, but 2, yeah, could even just blitz with the mummy, maybe. Although standing the mummy there, blitzing with this block skeleton from there means you could push back into a ghoul, push the ghoul back to get them away for a free dodge. Don't follow up with the skeleton in case they accidentally catch it, but then you've got the ball scattering near a ghoul who's free to move around. I think that's probably your best play. But I imagine we're going to see this white blitz the ball carrier instead, which sends the ball away from the ghouls and also is only a push. So other players available to make a block, and this time does get it down. Probably would have knocked him back towards the ghouls again. Down there is still marked up by an orc, so I have to get rid of this lineman. So unsuccessful pick up there, ends the turn. But now the orcs are in trouble on what was, remember, their attacking drive. They have to mark this white. This white can win the game. Nobody else is in a position to do so. If they get a tackle zone on this white, it makes it much harder. If they can knock the white over, we go to another period of overtime. But also the Orcs still have a scoring threat. But their thrower is on the floor, and it's not going to be easy for the thrower to get the ball. So we're looking at really slim chance the Orcs can score, relatively decent chance that Undead can score. So this white has to be dealt with this turn, at the very least marked by somebody. I think I'll be looking at freeing this blitzer up to just come stand next to him. So that is the white down, and then the safest play the Orcs have is go and stand this blitzer next to the white. Maybe blitz him with 1 dice, but then on a skull you're in a worse position than you were probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you can move over there with no risk and just go stand next to that white. But we get a turnover. So now we've got, if this blitzer can be taken down or moved, which maybe this skeleton with block can do. Pushback's good enough. Got 3+ pickup. Move in there, so 4+ handoff. And that is the final one in turn 24. So that was our playoff final. Rain made the ball a slippery bar of soap that no one could grab, and one touchdown return 24. I wanted to look at the pickup rolls because that was the big feature of this game. So 22% for the Orcs, 2 out of 7. I think there were a lot more for the Undead and all our pickups. So only 11 attempts, but 18%. 2 successes for each team, but more attempts for the Undead. That's including re-rolls as well, so when they're re-rolling the ball. But for the Orcs, a lot of theirs, I think, if not all of their attempts, would have been with death thrower, with shorthand, so that would have been doubling up the attempts as well. So loads of dice being rolled there, although it's just over 24 turns, so the numbers are looking a bit higher. It does look like more for the Undead still though, still rolling more dice, but on the game, won it in turn 24, and that was how we rolled up. So we've got a sort of third place playoff. We're going to close that competition now. So the Roaring Casbits and the Zombie Stingers have a sort of third place playoff to play, and then all 8 teams in this league will have played 9 games, and then I'd like to do a short video looking at how they've developed over those 9 games, and maybe sort of look at where some of them could go next. Some of these players. So pick that up another time. Once other games happened, I've started another playlist looking at I've started a Nurgle team for another league, which is the same league I played with my human team who've been in this playlist. I'm sort of learning how to play with Nurgle and learning how to develop them over the course of a league. It's going to be I think a 7-game league, at least to start. So that's a new playlist I started. The first game I was expecting to have played a few days ago, but my opponent wasn't available that day, and then we rearranged for another time. Then I had to go and have a COVID test, and with a 3.5 hour round trip, so we had to postpone that as well. That's now happening tomorrow evening, and I think early next week we'll get that first game on for my Nurgle team. That's in a separate playlist. I'm playing against a necromantic team with only slightly higher, like no space for inducements, only slightly higher team value. I think about 30 more or something. But some dangerous looking players on that team, and that's going to be an interesting one. They've got a bit of speed for me to try and deal with as well, which is going to be a challenge for a Nurgle team. I think I'm going to have to defend quite carefully. So we'll see how that one goes. So next video on this will probably be, it'll probably just be that team development one. So I can't, or I've still got my game to play with my Chaos team against the Vampires. So that third place game, we may have that in this one. I don't think I'll be able to look at the Nurgle against Undead third place, because I don't think I'll have access to the replay. So I've got that Chaos Vampires team, Vampires game. Then and when the other games happened, all of them will have played 9 games, and I'll do the team development video to look at those. I'll be back at some point next week with another video of some sort in some playlist. So we'll see how the schedule looks from now.